What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Road 206 here with another episode of To Be Determined Live. Unfortunately, it is a day later. That is thanks to Cinco de Mayo being on a Friday and me being half Mexican and half drunk that night. So, as always, the Keymaster 84 hanging out down below me here.
What
What
up?
up? Today, as seems to be for the last couple weeks, we've got some new updated and interesting Call of Duty news and information to be talking about. So we're gonna start off with a little bit of information about a Black Ops 3 revamp, and then we're gonna go into a little bit of a Call of Duty 4 revamp, and then we're gonna end off with something that really has nothing to do with us. Did you just kill me?
No, I did not kill you.
How the hell? Okay, anyway. Then we're going to end off with a little bit of information about some stuff going on in the community. So, big news this week. Good old. Who was the developer on Call of Duty 3? Or
Oh, but
Black Ops
before
3?
we
Oh.
before we get too carried away, guys, there's a bit of a scheduling change within
Corner.
our videos.
Corner.
Um, we are not going to be doing weekend videos anymore, Saturdays and Sundays for
Right.
now, for the time being. Just our viewership is super low on them. Like, it'll literally be me and Big Ro that watch them, and that's it. And so it's like, it doesn't.
Making videos for each other is not what we're here to do.
Yeah, I mean, we can just tell each other what's going on. We don't have to make a video about it. So to conserve some of our resources and to conserve some of our sanity, we're not doing weekend videos anymore for now. But as in the future, things could change. So I'm not saying this is like an end all be all. Like, we no longer make content on the weekends.
Just for now.
I'm gonna be live streaming every Saturday and Sunday. Big Ro, I don't know what his master plan is, but I've already made
Definitely
the
for sure
commitment.
Saturday, but I believe I will, after we film, or I will either start recording and filming TBD live, literally live, or I will be live streaming after we film TBD on Fridays. So,
Gotcha.
for sure on Saturday, but Friday's kind of up in the air depending on what we decide to do
Right.
with us being live, or just recording and then being live. Either way, I'm open for both. So, but either
Right.
way,
Right.
we will
Right.
both be live streaming
Uh,
during the weekends. So.
Gotcha. Sounds good to me.
Which is
But yeah,
something we've both been really wanting to get back into anyway. So.
yeah, because we do enjoy it. I mean, I had tons of fun last night. Had a few people pop in, say hi. The music was just amazing. I found like the perfect video game playlist. Oh man, it was a good time. We were having
Yeah,
fun.
definitely one thing about streaming is that you don't have to worry about royalties as far as videos are concerned. So you can sit down and jam out to music. You can do a bunch of stuff that you can't do when you're trying to film content for YouTube. So definitely look out for us to do that starting next weekend, especially leading into the Keymasters and I upcoming vacation here in about 3 weeks. So we're both going to be out of town, so we might have some on location vlogs, but we're not quite
Live
100%.
vlogs.
Yeah. Moto vlogs, yeah. We're not quite sure how
Moto
that's, or
vlogs.
not moto, vacation vlogs. Either way,
Yeah.
we're not quite sure how that's going to work out quite yet, but we'll make sure you guys always have content to watch, regardless of whether we're here or not. And that will be videos Monday through Friday, and then obviously with us live streaming on the weekends. If we're not home on the weekends, we will either get a video out for you guys to watch, or we will have a vlog out letting you know why or where we're at. So, now that that's all out of the way, logistically, Emergent Productions, upcoming
Yep.
changes, and that, and this, and that, and the other.
Gotta take care of the logistics. Gotta take care
Who
of them
was the
logistics.
developer on Black Ops 3?
Black Ops 3?
Was that Treyarch?
Treyarch?
Okay, so
Black Ops 3 is always Treyarch.
recently
Or Black Ops is
Activision,
always Treyarch.
yeah, recently Activision, not recently, this week, Activision and Treyarch have decided to release another DLC for Black Ops 3, which is basically making zombies its own standalone game. which is kind of cool because we do have confirmed that WW2, the next installment of Call of Duty, will be going back to Nazi zombies, um, with a more refined and more detailed zombie gameplay. So not that Infinite Warfare, Space Zombie, or Disco Zombies, or Rave Zombies aren't cool enough. Black Ops 3 is now bringing back old school Nazi zombies, remastered, retooled, and basically available for download on its own without the game. So I think that's pretty cool. I was never one for huge zombie play. I did play a few times with the Keymaster and a couple of our other friends, but it's nothing that I play on a regular.
Yeah, I went a little deep into
You
the zombie
did.
madness
You
there for
and
a little
Garen,
bit.
you and Garen both did.
Yeah, we were doing Easter eggs. We were
Yeah.
we were doing research online.
Yeah,
I mean,
you and the G-Man 866 were killing it there for a
yeah,
while. That was a
we got
horrible
kind
run.
of crazy there at the end. I mean, especially with the oh Jesus, what was that map? I don't even know.
Dekur, no, not Dekur.
Not the Call of the Dead. It was the one
What was
Black
the
Ops
one
2
after
one.
that?
Anyways, but we got super deep into that one. I
Wasn't it the one
mean,
with the guy with the thunder hammer? And it was
no, that
like
was
the
the
winter
one.
level.
That was Call of the Dead. That was a DLC later on,
Okay.
which was really good. Don't get me wrong. That
Then
was a
it
really
was the
good DLC. I
prison
usually
one.
hate. I usually hate. No, it wasn't the prison one either. It was the one where you had to go on the bus.
Oh, right. Yeah, the bus
So the
stops.
four or
Yeah.
five different spots,
And
and
if you
then
got left off the bus, then you're pretty much SOL on your own.
yeah, pretty much.
Well, when you guys tell me, hey, come play zombies with us, and then I missed the bus, I'm like,
Yeah,
guys, I don't know what
yeah,
I'm
you're
doing.
dead. We'll pick you up on the next
We'll
round.
pick you up on the next round. Exactly.
But yeah, so I'm excited for it. I mean, am I gonna buy it?
Oh, yeah.
Depends. Transit, by the way, is the name of the
Transit.
map.
Okay.
Um, I would need to see gameplay first.
Yeah.
Like, I need to watch like an hour of it, gameplay. Like,
Well,
not show me a 2 minute clip. I need to see like some quality gameplay by people who've played a ton of zombies, like some NZXT zombie. I need to see some Syndicate zombie game. I need to see like guys who make their money on zombies. I need to see them play and see what their opinion is
all,
on it.
okay. I don't have anything against zombies. It's just not my taste. It's not, it's not multiplayer. That's what I play Call of Duty for is to play multiplayer games. Um, it is fun. It's a good, nice break. When I was playing with the Keymaster and our other buddy for a while, it was really nice. But I don't. It's not my cup of tea. So obviously I won't be getting it. Unless the Keymaster begs, borrows, and steals. Say, hey, dude, we got to get some of this content up for the channel. Then I might throw the 20 or 30
Unless
bucks
it's
at
for
it.
content, then he'll get it.
I will. I mean, because that's what I'm here for. I mean, I dumped $100 into For Honor, and look how far that's getting me.
Oh, it's super far, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, not to jump into that bandwagon, but as to your comment about wanting to see gameplay before you actually buy it, I feel like I need to do that with any game nowadays. Like For Honor has put such a sour taste in my mouth that
Oh, dude.
I don't want to pre-order anything. I'm gonna pre-order WW2 just so I can get the early beta release. But like,
You can always cancel it.
I can cancel it. Right? That's $5. Okay, whatever. It's not $100 like I dropped into. Not to get on a For Honor Ubisoft rant because I do enough videos of those. But
30 if you last for.
I'm not gonna just take everybody's word for it and my experience with the beta and drop $100 on a brand new game that now, not even or barely 2 months later, I've just pretty much put to the side and hoping that the DLC is going to fix everything because obviously the patch that they said was going to fix everything hasn't fixed everything. So, now I got to wait another 3 weeks for its first DLC to drop to see if that fixes everything. And
I cannot believe somebody already got a swarm.
oh, that's dope.
That's crazy shit, dude.
16-2, damn. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, not to go off on a For Honor Ubisoft rant, but it's like I'm pretty much gonna have to see the game work and work how it's
Well,
supposed to before I dump money into it, dude. I dropped $100 on that goddamn game and it
yeah.
didn't do fucking shit for me.
Well, it's like for
One
me,
in the bathroom. One in the bathroom. On the left
it's
side.
not even so much. I got him. It's not even so much needing to see gameplay because it's zombies. I already know basically how it's gonna
The
play.
gist, right?
For me, it's what maps there are, because for me,
Well, they've already confirmed Dunkirk or something like that. Or no, that's from WW2. Never mind.
yeah. I mean, I need to see the maps because that will determine if I'm going to buy it. Honestly, I
It just
mean,
determines whether
if
you can get a good train going or not, right?
yeah, I mean, because ultimately that's what it comes down to
This
is
is beatable.
how well can you train the zombies. If you can't train zombies, you're going down. I mean, I really hate to say it like that, but it's true. I mean, if you can't train a zombie, Big Bro knows it all too well. If you can't train a zombie, it's all downhill from there. I mean, that is what that game mode is. I mean, it's all about just looping around over and over
Making sure
and
you don't
over
die
and
and
over.
being able to kill them all before the end of the round. Or to make the end of the round.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's all it is. You
yeah,
gotta have enough room, you gotta have enough space, you gotta have nice routes. I mean, you gotta get the right weapons, you gotta get the right weapons pack-a-punched, you gotta have the right drinks, you gotta,
yeah. Well, there's a lot that goes into like advanced zombies. Like literally, I mean, and I think that's what makes a fun getaway from normal Call of Duty is all the different things. Like, it's like, yeah, we have all these weapons, but not all these weapons are viable at certain points in the game.
right.
Or, oh, we didn't pick up the right soda,
Right.
in some of them. This silly things like that, where you're like, oh crap, I forgot my Mighty Mouse punch drink.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't have sleight
no,
of hand. I
well,
can't beat this game without sleight of hand.
yeah. So I mean, it's stuff like that it'll dramatically affect the way you have to play the game, and I think that's what makes it so much fun. Is it is so different, and the fact that they just keep on coming at you and coming at you. There's no real tactic behind it. It's just continuous waves upon waves upon waves of bad guys, which is awesome.
Which is
I
fun.
mean,
Yeah, I've always liked those kind of game modes. Like, for instance, like I play when Gears of War got a horde mode.
yeah,
That was fun. I played that a few times. Again, I play most of these games for multiplayer, so I don't, get in too much to the other game types or other offerings. But hey, to each their own. I'm not gonna beg anybody who wants to get it. I think it's a good move. They need to really. I mean, WW2 is going to be really the turning point in this game. Either WW2 is going to be back to Call of Duty prowess and take over and do everything that a Call of Duty game should do, or I feel if WW2 flops flat on its face, it's going to be the end, a means to an end for the franchise.
yeah,
I mean, you're already hitting a couple rough years, and this one being the worst. If your
yeah,
next installment is not back to what Call of Duty was, as far as sales wise, as far as community wise, you're pretty much screwed. I mean, you're pretty much screwed. And not to get off on topic here, because zombies, they're just trying to drum up a lot of buzz in business. And going into the next topic, they're releasing Call of Duty 4 remastered as a standalone instead of having to buy IW the advanced edition to get it, or gold edition or whatever it was that you had to buy in the original. Now they're going to release it, like I said they should have in the first place, as a standalone game. I personally will buy this game because this is where my online gaming life began. Was Call of Duty 4 online, all the original maps, all the original guns, and I think sorry, I was watching Keymaster in the camera. He can't see me, but I can see him because I got his video Skyped on my screen to record. So
mm,
Anyway, um, Call of Duty's Mastered is gonna get its own standalone title. I haven't heard a release date. I don't know. Did they say a release date on that key?
Not yet.
Yeah. So they're gonna release it as its own title. I'm assuming it's gonna be like $30. I mean, I'm hoping for 20. I doubt it's gonna be that low, but you know, I'm hoping 20, $30. If they start asking 40 to full titled price, like $60, I might actually have to think about not buying it. But
Well, they did have that full price DLC, bro. Actually, it was more expensive than the original map pack.
right, which was stupid.
So I wouldn't hold
Put
your
past them. Again, another point to save the shitty year that IW had. Excuse me, on. I really think a lot of this has to do with saving IW's butt. You know, because IW sucked. Nobody wanted to play it. It's the sales.
Financially, it had a bad fiscal year.
Yeah, the sales were completely down from where a normal Call of Duty game is.
Yeah, that's true.
So now they're trying to tuck their tail between their legs. Activision's trying to recruit some of those costs, even though they still made millions on it. But they didn't make the right amount of millions, apparently, because they're doing a lot to drum up business and make sure there's still a lot of interest in their games. What do you think? Oh, I don't know. Did you ever play Call of Duty 4? Okay. So Keymaster not having any experience on it at all. I'm definitely going to buy it and then have him play it because I feel this is what's going to lead us into the WW2. Because this was like the original boots to ground. Simple perks. I mean, really, there wasn't a lot to the game as far as what you could or could not do with loadouts or, you know, obviously no double boosting, obviously no floating or hovering or no space age laser guns or, you know, this was like the original tactical warfare for Call of Duty. This is what branched them into multiplayer king status, pretty much, or first person shooter competitive status.
Yeah.
And for them to finally release it on its own, because I refuse to buy IW, I won't do it. I've stuck to my guns this long. You know, 6 months into the game, I'm not going to change my mind. So, you know, for them to release remastered on its own, again, you know, barring price point, I think that, you know, I think it's going to be good. It's going to, I don't know. I'm just so ready for boots to ground. It's ridiculous. So,
And I think that's...
got any thoughts from an outsider's perspective there, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, it goes along with the same lines like Halo Anniversary and games of that nature.
Yeah.
No, granted, it's hard to compare because, I mean, Halo Anniversary was 3 games at $60, all remastered. Actually, no, it was 4 games. 4 games.
4 full games, yeah.
3 remastered and 1 that came out like a year before that.
Right.
So, I mean, it didn't really need to be remastered. It was up-res, but not remastered. So,
right.
I mean, but basically you're talking about several games all in one pack for regular price, $60. But 4 games. Had all the campaigns, had all the maps, all the game modes. I think Call of Duty needs to take a page from the Halo book and say, hey, we understand you guys don't want to have to pay full price for a game that's been out for however long. Here's what we'll offer you as a peace offering to the community. I mean, and because like if you made Modern Warfare Remastered $30 and you get everything that was in the original game, people would
just right off the bat, boom.
People would just buy it. They wouldn't even care. They'd be like $30 for much, and they get all the DLC and it's all for free. don't have to pay for it in installments, which is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. I mean, I don't understand how they're. It's like being double taxed.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's being double taxed. You paid the tax once, now you have to pay it again. That's how I feel about it. I mean, and maybe it's different for me coming from an outsider. I don't have any nostalgia behind the games, so my closest thing I can come to is like if 343 were to charge for certain content push within the game, and how pissed off I would be. Mm-hmm. And frankly, I know I would be pissed. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they're like, oh, we're going to offer you guys Halo 3 Anniversary, but you only get the original maps. We're going to release the other ones as downloadable content 6 months later, 3 months later.
Yeah,
I'd be like, no.
We're getting to the point where microtransactions are just getting out of hand.
Yeah, and that's that's a whole different conversation. But no, I think with that being said, though, it's you have to be wary of companies who have to continuously shove out anniversary editions. I mean, like I understand why they're doing it right now because this one's a little different because all they're doing is they're taking chunks from their other games and re-upping them. Basically, they're giving them a new life. They're giving them a facelift. So it is a little different. It is a little different than how most things are, where you get the game and it's a brand new game. This one, they are whoa connection. Oh my god, bad guy. Yeah, this one you have already played the game, the full game. And now they're like, okay, well, with all that nostalgia, yeah, you can have all that nostalgia, but you need to pay me twice. It's like, yeah, I don't know about that. Like, this game's cool, but I don't know if it's that cool. So I think that's the problem with the game, personally. Will I be picking it up day one? No. I have many other games that I would rather play. I mean, I still have Assassin's Creed Syndicate that I haven't even opened. It's still sealed in my desk. I have Destiny. I have a few games like that. I have For Honor that I need to thinking about getting back to come the 13th. I'm thinking 14th.
Titanfall 2. Don't forget about Titanfall 2.
WWE 2K17.
Dude, I had you on that Titanfall kick for a minute though.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just like, for me, it's
Rush.
like
I forgot about Rush.
You need to give me a reason to buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have too many other games I could be playing right now.
Too many options.
And that's just console-wise.
Right.
Like, I'm talking to all the guys at work, Brandon, a.k.a. Green Smoke, a.k.a. Green Asset.
Yeah. Number 1 draft pick. He's a free agent right now. We're trying to pick him up as an unregistered free agent.
And, like...
H1Z1.
H1Z1.
CSGO. I'm thinking about that too.
I mean, late shift. I mean, we've talked about late shift here. It's like I have all these other games that I want to play, and it's just like I can't. If you're gonna make me pay $60 like late shift, if you guys have not heard about this game, I'll try to do a video on this week. I already bought it. It's installed on my computer. I just need to play it. I'll make a video this week. You guys can see how awesome it is. It's $13.
$13.
It's $13. That is less than the price of a map pack.
Yeah, right. Sad but true.
The price of a map pack.
Sad but true.
In Call of Duty, and it is a movie quality FMV storytelling game. And then when I mean movie quality, I mean like it's hard to differentiate where the scenes begin in it. And I mean, have you really had a chance to check it out?
I have not, no.
Oh, okay. Well,
I will, though, after we talked about it, obviously, again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to make a video about it. I downloaded it because I was like, $13 for this game? That's not even a hard decision. That's easy. That's cakewalk money. I mean, that's...
Find that
I watched one dude, so there's 7 ways to end the game. 7 different basically cutscenes.
Okay.
But there's multiple ways to get to each cutscene.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's like, I think one guy who plays it a lot, he was saying he could take you. He goes, even if you were to hit every single decision correct the first time through, or yeah, if you were to hit every single decision correct, to get all 7 situations to happen in the first run through would take you something stupid. It's like 29 hours or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Because some of them are shorter, some of them are longer. So it's all different. And it's just like, so it's like, if I can buy a game like that for $13, or I can buy your old game. I can buy your old game that you just, slap some new paint on for 60. Which do you think I'm going to choose? Like that's what we're talking about, And
Right.
I think especially with the popularity of people buying more gaming PCs, I think we could be seeing a big push for better content.
Well, I also feel
And
like, I mean, not to get off on the topic, but I also feel like console gaming's kind of already been taking a hit as it is. Just as the years and the technology progresses, basically our consoles are becoming, modified gaming computers.
yeah,
Basically, the specs inside of my Xbox One are better than the specs I have in my laptop. Which I
yeah,
have a decent, brand new 2017 or 2016 laptop that has, for a laptop, pretty good specs. But my Xbox One, I mean, my Xbox One almost has better specs than my gaming computer.
yeah.
So I mean,
I mean, the only difference is consoles are fixed hardware.
mm,
Once you have the console, unless they come out with a different console,
right,
that's what you have,
right,
and and everything works. Like if your console works, you'll be able to play any game you put in it as long as it's
right,
compatible with it. It's easy. It's an easy mode in video gaming.
right. And it's funny because
Whereas,
consoles are pushing for so much digital download. It's like, you want me to do digital download? I'll just get a computer.
yeah,
I mean, because like I'm a firm believer in buying the disc. My last couple games have been digital downloads, but I like having a hard copy disc in my hand. Granted, they're not what they used to be. Like the inlet book is not nearly as detailed or anything like that. But like I have a stack of Xbox One games down here to my left hand side. I have a bag full of Xbox 360 games. Like I literally bought all my Xbox 360 games and had a disc. But
yeah,
I feel that I don't know. The Call of Duty remastered kind of goes hand in hand with the zombie reprint.
mm-hmm.
It's all to generate buzz. It's all to generate revenue. It's all to generate positive things for Call of Duty. Which leads us into our last topic for the evening, and the upcoming WW2 game.
I
There's
can't wait until we have cool last things.
Yeah, this one kind of sucks. I mean, especially
We
since it's
haven't
kind
been
of
having very good
it's kind of
bit of night topics.
it's kind of in our wheelhouse as far as like what we want to be, but like, so according to YouTubers, Call of Duty YouTubers in particular, the WW2 release is going to be pretty much hitting them where it hurts, if it's not already.
Yeah,
Keymaster knows a little bit more of the specifics than I do, but for the lack of better terms, YouTubers who do YouTube as a living, concerning specifically Call of Duty guys, which there are a lot of them out there that do just
I
Call of
mean,
Duty.
Prestige, T Martin,
Mm-hmm.
Syndicate second channel. Let's see here, Prestigious Key, Syndicate, T Martin.
Was it Chaos?
Oh yeah, Chaos Silencer. Da, 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 da.
Drifter does different games, so it's not Drifter.
No, but he's also feeling the pinch too. I mean, because he's huge into breaking things down.
Right.
He breaks
That's
it.
his deal, right?
That's his deal, you know. And so, I mean, he's gonna suffer, if not already suffering, the same problem. But I mean, that's the, you know, those kind of guys we're talking about, guys. Is, I mean, T Martin even went as far. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to late dinner tonight. You guys have tried to have dinner plenty of time beforehand, so that doesn't happen. But anyways, um, but yeah, moral of the story is, guys, T Martin actually posted his CPM count on his YouTube, and usually, let's see here. So usually he averages, so per video. Here we go. So he posted a tweet this last week talking about how bad this problem is. So CPM is how many, basically CPM is how many cents per 1,000 views you get.
Mm-hmm.
And pow, quick scope. No scope at me. No scopes. So he says this, and this is from his Twitter from April 30th. The T Martin channel made $113 on 750,000 views.
Ouch. That's brutal.
And that's for a week's worth of work.
And that's not going to allow YouTubers to do YouTube as a full-time job if that continues. Like, there's guys talking about getting regular jobs. There's talking about guys doing other things.
So his follow-up tweet to that was, for those asking, yeah, that's really low. That's like a 15-cent CPM. It's usually 10 to 20 times that.
Jesus.
So that's how much they're being affected. Now, with that being said, you know, it is because of all the backlash from everything going on, spurred on by PewDiePie. A lot of people are blaming him for this whole situation. I think it's partly his fault, yeah. I mean, he shouldn't have been an idiot, but that's what he does now. It's partly YouTube's fault for not handling that way before that point. Right. Like, and that's like the weird part is everyone's like blame PewDiePie. I'm like, why blame him? Why not blame the multi-billion-dollar company who runs the website?
Right.
I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, you can blame him all you want, but he's not the one that makes the algorithm. He's not the one that designates who gets accounts, who gets monetized accounts, who doesn't, what kind of monetized content they get. He doesn't decide that. That's not his situation.
Right.
I mean, so don't turn around and then blame him when things aren't going well. That's not fair to him, especially as someone as important as he is.
Right.
Because I mean, he is your bread and butter. Your bread and butter as far as YouTube content goes. I mean, he spurns a lot of business. So.
Or he did before I feel like he started losing his fucking mind.
Yeah, he does act a little crazy every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
But moral of the story, guys, for me is on this one is they need to quit blaming the creator. So I feel like the creators lately have been taking a ton of heat.
Mm-hmm.
Getting blamed for pretty much everything as far as YouTube goes, and I don't feel like that's fair at all.
Right.
I feel like, should we share some of the blame? Maybe. Does YouTube and the advertisers, do they need to share some blame? Yeah, they do. You know, but it's just, I don't know. It's just hard to say, but I think them banning, I mean, I'm surprised Activision hasn't stepped in.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, because you're talking about how many millions of dollars of free advertisement Activision's losing out on. Like, that's how you have to think about this. You have to think about like a business. Is by YouTube not allowing those videos, Activision is losing out on billions of dollars of free ad revenue, basically.
That's crazy.
And without them there, I don't know how it's gonna work. Because I mean, guys like T Martin, they'll just go to Overwatch, they'll go to CS:GO, they'll go to these other games, and not even bat an eye about it. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
right.
that's
God, this same guy keeps killing me.
oh, the automatic shotgun guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he got pissed off. They killed him a bunch of times already. Sorry, man. Um, and so I personally think one of the bigger parties, not the advertisers and not the content creators. I think one of the other parties needs to step in, either Activision, Google, YouTube, whatever you want to call them, Alphabet, whatever you want to call them. They need to step in and say, hey, yeah, you guys are right. This isn't working. What can we do to fix this?
All right.
Because right now, it's not working at all.
We're all losing money.
Yeah, we're all losing money. Advertisers are losing ad space. You guys are losing money. We're losing money because the advertisers aren't paying us. You know, so it's like it's a circle, and to make it all work and keep it working, you gotta work this out. I mean, and the other thing to think about too is the more time they waste, the better chance a competitor can build a rival platform to challenge YouTube.
Right.
You know, because everyone's always like, "Oh, we need to get ahead of YouTube." Blah 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 blah, and it's just like, yeah, you do, but with the way you guys are doing it, that's not the way to do it. But that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I think. I mean, granted, in my opinion, a lot of people who do YouTube full time, kind of like first world problems. You know, like you're. Yes, it is a. I'm not saying it's not a full time job. Obviously, if you're making enough money to support yourself and your loved ones, and you develop, you're developing content for YouTube. Basically, that's what your contract is. I feel that hey, more power to you because that's what I want to do eventually, sometime in my life. But if they're not allowing them to do so, then obviously you're gonna have to move on and do something else. Like you said, move to a different game. You know, there's plenty of other games out there. Obviously, Call of
Move to a different
Duty.
game, move to a different platform.
Yeah, obviously, Call of Duty is not the biggest one. That has been proven over the last 6 months.
Yeah,
You know, maybe it's time. Maybe it is time because you've been doing YouTube for 3-4 years now, professionally as a full time gig. What are you gonna do? You're gonna walk into some Fortune 500 company, apply for some marketing job. What's your prior experience? Oh, for the last 4 years, I've made content for YouTube. Oh, what kind of content? Oh, I played video games. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I mean that's yes, it is a job to a certain extent, but if you have to go out in the real life and get a real life job, people are going to laugh at you. And there's still a lot of people who don't take YouTube as a full time job seriously.
true.
Ton of people. So all these YouTubers talking about having to go get full time regular jobs, then what are they going to do? I mean, how are they going to work for them? So that's my opinion on it. I'm bringing you out with me so we can finish this out. Um, I feel that a I agree with you on Activision. They're obviously losing a shit butt ton of money. If I was losing that kind of money, other than trying to generate more revenue for your titles, I would also be backing up the people who bring all the revenue to your titles. Because there's people like me and the Keymaster who watch these YouTubers and base our opinions on buying a game off of what they're doing and what they're saying. I know we're not the only one because we're talking about YouTubers who have anywhere from 1.5 million subscribers all the way up to 10 million subscribers.
Or PewDiePie at 55 million.
Or PewDiePie at 55 million subscribers. If he does less than 1 million views on a video, it's a bad day. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit. Sorry for punching the mic there, guys.
But so that I agree with you on that, Key. I
Yeah.
feel that if these guys are actually going to go out into the real world and get real time jobs,
Mm-hmm.
you better aim low and not have a bar, because your prior experience for the last 3 to 4 years was, oh, I was a college dropout. For speaking about Nate Shot in particular, but good thing he plays different games now. You were a college dropout to focus solely on YouTube. You made YouTube a career for the last 5 years, where you've done nothing but post videos to the internet for everybody to watch. Your main money was made off of ad revenue and based off these people watching your videos, correct? Correct. What does that have to do with writing a TSA form, or what does this have to do with filling out, what management experience do you have, other than basically being self-employed for the last 4 years? So I don't know. I feel like if some YouTubers got to do that, some of them are pretty screwed. And to cap off my opinion on the whole thing, YouTube, you're drunk. Go home, because you're only hurting yourself by doing this to these guys.
YouTube,
Why
YouTube.
why break the machine that's already working?
Yeah.
Why? Why? Why stop something that's generating you, one, revenue, two, traffic on your website, and three, making you money again? I mean, people watching these guys' videos, yes, you have to give them a piece of the pie, but look how much of the pie is left over for you when it's all said and done. That's a big piece of fucking pie. That's a lot of freaking money that YouTube's getting to pocket just by everybody going to these guys' YouTube channels and watching their videos. So that's all I gotta say about that. Anything else before we close her out there, bigger keymaster? Sorry, we're both kind of drained. The little gatekeeper had his birthday party today, so
Very journey day.
we're both struggling to finish out this video right now. So
We'll make it through, though, guys. We'll make it through.
yeah.
So
Anything else to add before we close out the
I
video?
do.
Okay, what do you got?
I do. I got one burner question for you.
Of course you do. Why am I not surprised?
I think it's gonna be a new thing. I think every episode, I am going to ask you one burner question, or you ask me one burner question. I think it'd be fun. Anyways.
Okay, yours this week. I'll do mine next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Moral of the story.
Story.
Let's see here. How do I want to phrase this? All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I had to make sure I wanted to phrase this question very specifically.
Okay.
So you've played the Halo 5 campaign, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You've played the Halo 4 campaign.
Oh yeah.
And you played the Halo 3 campaign.
Of course.
Okay.
Sorry, it was a story that you could not play.
No, I just want to make sure, because you gotta have played all three of them for
This to be a question.
for it to make sense for this question.
Okay.
So news came out 2 weeks ago, I think. 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure 2 weeks ago. Frank O'Connor actually said that after going through all the forums and digging through everything, obviously, once the game is released, it's not like they can change anything as far as a campaign mission goes. But in 6, they are going to be focusing more on Master Chief. They're not going to be adding a ton of new characters. They might add 1 or 2 new characters just to help the story along, but that's about it. Nothing like it was in 5, where we got a whole new squad. 3/4. Well, not really 3/4. We knew about them, but like
Jumping back and forth
it's not
between
going to have
Chief and
all these
Locke
different
and all
groups
that.
and all that. Master Chief. This is what's going on.
Okay.
And they're doing this because of fan response to the story.
Right.
Now, you remember the campaign in 3?
Yes.
It was very like a highlight reel, not a ton of story, just enough to get you to the next
Mission.
the next playthrough.
Yep.
Now, you remember Halo 4 story and how in depth it was and how much it explained and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 5, where, in my opinion, this is a very unpopular opinion, they kind of took both. I think it wasn't
A
necessarily
fine line.
this. It
Right.
was more like and then it kind of a
Yeah.
little resistance, but they got there.
But I
Sometimes.
also think a lot about Halo. I
Mhm.
mean, not to get off on a tangent here because you haven't asked me the question yet, but
Oh yeah,
a
listen,
lot about Halo 5 was the pregame.
yeah,
A lot about Halo 5 was the
a
pregame.
lot of
Before
stuff.
the game was released, you were watching YouTube videos that were only coming out once every, 2 weeks or once every week. You were listening to radio or audio clips
Yeah,
to get pieces of the story, to watch the videos. I mean, the propaganda for this game was I think the
wasn't great, man.
best. I think it was the best because I was
Best energy
already
around.
I was already elbow. Uh oh. Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah. All right. I'll close it out.
Bye.
Bye bye. Anyways, guys, we're going to skip over the question tonight. Obviously, the Keymaster has to go tend to some very important things, the gatekeeper. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for TBD Live tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave those comments in the comment box below or come over to our Facebook page. Follow us over there. Leave us a question on the wall. We're always here to answer it for you. As I don't have the Keymaster say anything to, we play games to make gains. Haters gonna hate. Warriors, we'll see you on the battlefield. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.